The dulcet tones of Rutland's Reel. A traditional piece of music. Actually, it's not. We're probably going to get dinged for that one.
You get dinged every week.
I don't care. I love this tune, and I love Howdy Forrester, so...
Amen.
YouTube, pay them.
Amen, sister.
We're enjoying it right now.
We're enjoying the dulcet tones.
Welcome.
Right now.
It's Wednesday night. I am JP Cormier. This is Chris Coote. The lovely Ginger's in the house. And it's
special guests.
We have special guests aboard. But I'm going to tell you something that ain't one thing that ain't two things, and that is...
It's time
for... Here's John and Chris and Ginger. How do you like that?
I like it.
I love it.
It's Wednesday night.
It is Wednesday night.
It's freezing cold.
Freezing cold.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Yeah, I think you drank a few of those before you came over here.
Maybe I did.
Stormy.
But we're here amongst our loved ones.
We are. Family is in the room.
Yeah.
Multiple family, not only two-legged, but four as well.
Yeah, we have a fully cultivated four-legged following.
We have a full family complement as audience members tonight.
There's more legs in here than you can swing a dead cat at.
That's right. And I'll tell you right now, I want to congratulate our huge winner out in Calgary, Mr. Sveinson, who has won the big prize. And all of our runner-up prizes are going to be on their way to you quite shortly. And a big thank you to, again, our sponsors, Boucher, Levy's, G&G Music, Fantasy Music, Opry Music Store, Reed's Music, our brand new store in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Beautiful Newfoundland. K&K, Gallagher Guitars, Recording King, Alvarez Yeri, St. Louis Music. The new video came out for Alvarez All-Stars. It's wicked. We did it here, sent it over to London. They put their branding on it, and we put it up on YouTube. We're going to do another one this month. Yamaha Music Canada, big story there for Cape O'Corner.
Yep.
James Martin Instruments, our friends in Ireland. Fantastic guitar builder. Joshua House in Goderich, Ontario. Close Guitars, our good friends. Makers of the finest carbon fiber guitars ever.
Scary good.
Cody Guitars right here in
Enfield
and Dam. And they're building a JP Cormier model. And I will be enjoying one right now.
That's going to be a badass unit.
Yes, it's going to be. We're going to enjoy that right here on the show. Orangewood Guitars so good, it's so cheap that you just shit. Audio Sprockets, D'Addario Canada, The Arc, my buddy Dakota McNamara, Apollo Picks, thank you Nick Monin, Tone Right, and our fine sponsors tonight, Creemore Lager. I'm full of shit. We have no liquor sponsor, and we just like to drink a lot.
We just have lots of liquor.
Hence your name tonight.
I'm quite sure that we are offending someone out there who thinks we drink too much, and to them, I say, get a life.
It's a pleasure to offend you this evening.
Yes, it is a pleasure to get
I'm enjoying offending you now.
I think you should probably drink some more alcohol so that you don't feel so out of place when you see us on here.
I hope we're offending Sudsy tonight.
I hope we're offending everyone, actually. Just everybody out there can just kiss my arse. How's that sound?
Wow. That's a brave statement.
It is, but most people will agree that is a...
The show is brought to you tonight, folks, by Kiss My Arse Biscuits.
That's right. Golden Flake, Kiss My Arse Biscuits.
Brown Flake Biscuits. Sorry, whoops. Well,
so there we go.
Anyway, there it is. Wednesday night.
It's a lovely night. We've been doing this for 50 years now. Yep. It's just awesome.
I got my first pension check today.
Yeah. I got your first pension check today, too. And so we want to welcome our friends. We have our close family friends here from the road who have been absent for the last little while, and they're here with us tonight, and it's awesome, and we love them, and
glad they're here.
It's kind of what String Theory is about. There's you don't see behind the cameras, but of course we always have Ginger, who is here doing this with us for since the very beginning, every friggin' Wednesday, and Now you, for the last year,
Put my clothes on and
he
came
puts
in
his
front of the
clothes
camera.
on.
Yeah. And we all appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there's always
Scary because it's true.
yeah, but there's always somebody here in
Mm-hmm.
the room, you know, that's close to us, and friends and family and other musicians and you name it. Sometimes they even get brave enough to sit here at the table with us, which is a dangerous spot to be in.
It's
really.
a little bit like a piranha pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Capo Corner. I'd like a capo, please. Thank you very much. Oh, another capo. Thank you very
This
much.
is a special capo corner.
Oh,
It's a
it
four
is.
capo.
It is.
It's a four capo corner.
It is a 4 capo corner. So I'm going to divulge all this just because it's cool, but you're going to see in the next few weeks videos concerning this issue.
This thing is awesome.
I spend a lot of time looking at reverb for fun because I love looking at guitars, and I don't know how many times I've discovered models and builders I didn't know existed because I looked on reverb, and it's like, whoa, I didn't even know that existed. And it's usually some limited model that only runs in Europe or only runs in the States, but you can buy those things from anywhere in the world. So I was looking through and I saw this guy, and I noticed the guitar because it's a model I've always loved, and I recognized it instantly. But then I saw that this guy said this guitar had been part of, I guess, an estate settlement thing, and he found it in storage, and it was a guitar that had never been purchased from 1978, 44 years old, and it just happened to be the top of the line of the factory series FG 375S for solid top, solid Sitka. And so I bought it. It came from Minneapolis. This guitar is brand new. It still had the hang tags on it, which I have in the case.
Not a blemish.
It's never been owned. Yeah. It was still in the case, in the plastic bag, with the hang tags and the price tag and everything still on it. And I when I pulled it out of the case, I couldn't believe it because it is pristine. It's like going back in time, right? I mean, get out of town.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
It's already got a voice.
It's like a bell. It just rings and rings and rings. Of course, the back and sides are laminated rosewood or jacaranda, but the wood in it is friggin' brilliant. Just a beautiful job they did of these guitars, and this was the top of the line. In order to get any higher than this in 1978, you were going into the L series, which I think were taking a break in 78, or you had to go into the 1000 series, like the FG 1000, 1500. Those were handmade in Hamamatsu. These were built in the Chinese Indonesian factory on the line with a solid top, and they were incredibly sought after because they were solid tops.
Yeah.
So that's what listen to it. It's ringing while I'm talking.
I could hear you talking into it earlier.
I know, it's just intonation. That's a Boucher trick, right?
Yeah.
The intonation is absolutely perfect.
I'm amazed by the voice on it.
I know.
For being in a case.
In a box
for 44 years.
So, like, I'm going to... Chris and I are going to take this... I already strung it today. It has a bad A tuner where the screw has broken off with corrosion. So we're going to put a brand new set of machine heads on it and install a K&K pickup And
it's going to go into the stable.
it's going to go into the stable. I'm going to take this guitar on the road
Yeah.
because it's going to be incredible.
What a treat.
Once I beat on that thing for 6 months, you know, in the normal settings, that guitar is going to open wide open.
Yeah.
And so a big thanks to, his name is Christian, I believe, that sold me the guitar. He does it for a living. I think his shop
He's a guitar
is
hunter of sorts?
He is. I think his company is called Naughty Guitars. Like, is it Naughty, Bad Naughty? Or Naughty something. It's hard. It's hard to get the information off of Reverb, but this guy was top notch, very thorough, really nice guy to deal with. And so if you see anything by him on Reverb, he is someone you can be definitely trusted. This guitar came to me exactly like it was in the photos. All of the documentation, the hang tags, the original flight case. It comes in a really heavy-duty flight case,
And it was no time getting here.
Yeah,
either.
it came right in.
Yeah.
He shipped it up. It came through Toronto. It went through customs in whatever it was, an hour.
Yeah.
It came right to Halifax.
It's
I
awesome.
paid some duty on it. But I bought a brand new 44-year-old Martin. Or a Yamaha.
Once in a lifetime.
It feels like a
instrument.
Martin. Yeah, it's just like this. It's crazy. Crazy. I love it when that stuff happens. And we all talked about me buying it, and Ginger looked at me and said, "If you sell that guitar, I'm going to kill you." Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way. Like this
She's
is
going to kill you anyway.
This is an instrument that. Oh yeah, she likely will eventually.
Yeah, twice next week.
Twice probably. And yeah, it's an instrument that you look. It goes so well with my other Yamahas and my other guitars. It's just one of those instruments that you know. It's a once in a lifetime to ever find it.
It's not going to be transient in the stable. It's not just here for a little while.
No, it's an instrument that I'm gonna. The more I play it, the more it'll get broke in. The more adjustments we'll make. You know, I'll probably put a new nut in the saddle on it eventually. I'll already put tusk pins in it.
It's
fits it.
It's a great case study.
It is
to see how a 44-year-old instrument that's never been used and just
Never
sat
known.
in a case. In a year's time, what's that going to be like?
Exactly. And it also speaks to the longevity of Yamaha laminate guitars,
Which we've talked about
a
so
million
much.
times. Like if this guitar normally would come to you beat to rat shit
And still working.
and still working, right?
It's
So here we have one that's never been touched. It's crazy. I don't even know what to think about it. I look at it and go, wow. This is what they were building 44 years ago, and you can see it right in front of you as it came off the line. There's not a mark on this instrument.
The guitar case is like Fort Knox.
It is. The case that came in just shocked me because it has those huge, heavy, 6-inch long back hinges on it, and a locking hinge, a locking button latch hinge, and the big, heavy. You know, it's. They meant for this guitar to last, even though it was a $400 guitar in '78, right? Well, that's a lot of money for a Yamaha in '78. Most Yamahas below that line you could buy for 150, 200, 250. Yeah. This was $499 or thereabouts in 1978, right? So yeah,
it's going to be great to see the inside of it.
Yeah, I already looked. It's flawless. There's just nothing in there but perfect, right?
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less.
No. So the first Kirsten goes to...
It's a super chat from Stephen Baker.
Oh, well, here it comes. Here he comes. Go ahead, Sudsy.
Please talk about humidity. What does dryness do? What does wetness do? How long can you tolerate the wrong extremes? What are the remedies? Thanks.
A reasonable question.
Well, humidity is it's a long answer. So basically, to make it short, I'll just say this. You know from where you live what your humidity ratios are and your ranges is what I mean to say. So you know how dry it gets in the winter, you know how wet it gets in the summer. You can tell by living there. Yeah. So you have to keep that in mind with your guitars. And guitars in the ultimate dream world are kept at 50%, 55% humidity. That's not really what happens to guitars. They go up and down, they swell, they contract, they swell, they contract.
The next move.
They're designed for that. That's what they're supposed to do because the wood in the guitar is still living. It's not dead. Just because they cut the tree down, inside the guitar, there's all of these lignin particles that are the doorway to allow water in and out of the wood cells in the top. And they live forever. They live for decades and decades and decades, 50, 60 years, right? So the more that they activate and do their job,
exercise,
they die. Yeah. They wear out and die. And that's when the guitar starts to normalize and will not swell and contract anymore. So torrefaction kills 90% of the lignin, so that when you get the guitar, the top's already aged and it doesn't swell and contract. It never moves at all. But the danger is it can dry out. The lignin's not there to let the water back in. So yeah, it's complicated. It's really complicated. But the best way to remember is if you pick a guitar up and like this one right here, this is a solid top with a poly finish. And even with the poly finish, which is a thick finish, if you can feel the grain in the top, it's too dry. And I can actually feel the grain a little bit in this. Not much, but
you can
enough.
just barely see it.
And if you can see the grain, your guitar is in danger, in severe danger of cracking. Yeah. So the way to fix that is up for debate. I believe that the best way to do it is to have an entire room humidifying system. I have a humidifier in here that shoots steam out and keeps it at 50% in here all winter long. But in the summer, I let the humidity go free in here. I open windows. Natural humidity is always more healthy for guitars than manufactured humidity. So it's also my opinion that you should never, ever, ever put humidifiers in your guitar that contain water
in the case.
Yeah. Don't do that. That is the most dangerous thing you can do. Yeah. People swear by it, but they're wrong. They're wrong. I've seen people overfill humidifiers to the point where the top swells and pushes the bridge right off the top. And then when it goes back down, the bridge stays up. And then you've got a space behind your bridge. You can fit half a deck of cards under.
Or your neck is moving.
Or your neck is moving. Or your frets are coming out because they're getting squeezed out of the fretboard by moisture, right? The best way that I've seen, and this, I know this sounds like a product placement, but it's just, the reason I love it is because it's a two-way system, is the D'Addario Humidipacks are designed the same as Bill Monroe's rattlesnake tail. They go in the instrument and they have humidity in them, but they can suck humidity up.
Right.
So they're designed to take humidity in when it's too high and let it out when it's too low. And that's what should be done all the time with every guitar. Yeah. And the only way to do that is with that system. I've never seen anything else that actually does that. So, and that's the same thing as being in a room. Like all my guitars are here. The humidity fluctuates. Sometimes the guitars are out of the case for a week or two when I'm using them. They get exposed to different levels of humidity, and I let them cycle through it. Because if you try to keep something completely humidified or dry something out, I know this answer is going long. I'm sorry, but it's important. Any extreme of humidity for guitar is dangerous, whether it be getting it wet or getting it dry.
Well, and likewise, quick changes in humidity are just as damaging.
Deadly.
You want to be on a nice smooth change if you have to do it.
And that's why humidifying the room and allowing air come into doors and windows at times.
The best thing is a humidor, a guitar humidor, you see in a guitar store.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that they get too wet. I've seen those when you walk into some of these stores, they have these high-end guitar rooms at 70%. That is way too wet. Yeah. Because when you take that guitar, buy it, and take it out of there, it's going to dry out so fast. It's going to crack. Yeah. That's what you have to do. Like, Another thing that people one last thing, and this is uber important. People don't realize as well that their cases are capable of holding or rejecting humidity,
depending on the case,
right?
Too right.
Varies with the case. If you put a guitar in a case that the guitar needs humidification, and the case is too dry, the water doesn't go in the guitar; it goes in the case, right? So that's one of the reasons when you use these humidipacks, which I'm going to go into, is I'm going to do a full review of these things and explain how they work. D'Addario always tells you, if you're not sure, measure the inside of the case without the guitar, and if it's too dry, shock it with wet sponges for days until it comes up to 50-60%. Then you're good. Then you can put the guitar. Then you can put the guitar in there, and the case isn't leaching moisture out of the humidification technology and the guitar, right? So there's a ton of information there, but you just got to be really careful and just use common sense.
And it can seem scary because there's people out there crapping their pants now, like, oh, I never realized all this. And it is a battle. Like winter is typically drier for us here in the northern climates because we've got our heat on and all the rest of it. So we're drying our homes out with heat pumps and furnaces and wood stoves. And in the summer, we're on a lake here, but we're by the ocean.
Humid as hell.
Humid as hell.
Right on the Gulf Stream. Right.
So it's a constant battle, and you can't drive your life by it. Yeah. But if you're aware of it, that's 2/3 of the battle is being aware of it. And
some of the best seasoned guitars that I've ever come across were out of the Deep South, where it's super humid and super hot.
Yeah.
Right? They have humidity, but the heat sort of almost bakes it off.
It's always limiting it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get this beautiful humidification. The guitar is always healthy, but the heat almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It seals it in or seals it off, or something happens. And you get these guitars that end up with these beautifully toned tops, dark tops, no bulging, and they just sound fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, guitars that were out of Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Not so much Florida because it's too humid there.
Way too humid.
But up in that area in the southeast, Georgia, man, that is a healthy place for guitars to be when it comes to humidity and temperature, right? So, and Churchy's playing us a wee tune.
He is over there.
I don't know what he's doing, but it sounds like fun.
He's really over there going at it.
Oh yeah, he's just giving her shit over there. Connect.
Do you think Sudsy is? Is that a good enough answer?
Yeah, Sudsy's got the rose milk and all.
Yeah. Sudsy's got his tub tray, with his drinks on it,
his laptop and his.
Rose petals.
Yeah, his guitar pouring up there. Acoustic Guitar Player magazine, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think his toes are pretty.
Picture of Steve Vai holding a Martin.
His toes are probably pretty wrinkled by now.
Cross-pollinated guitar porn bullshit.
Connect.
A super chat from TJ Garrison.
That's not new.
It's not. TJ's been here before.
Yes.
Where do you get your awesome hats, JP?
Well, this hat here is a Tilly. So they're a Canadian company.
Sally Ann?
Builds all kinds of,
Goodwill.
Builds all kinds of hats. And they're a fascinating company because the hats are guaranteed for life.
Whose life?
Anybody's. So if you lose this hat or damage it or it's even stolen, they will replace it for free.
Isn't that the true Canadian spirit?
It's pretty crazy because I knew a guy in Lewisburg up in Cape Breton was the man who introduced me to Tilly. I'd ever heard of them. And I worked with him for 20 years. He was a sound guy at Lewisburg Playhouse. And in those 20 years, he had 2 hats. He wore this hat every day of his life. And when it wore out, because he wore it so much, he sent it back to them. They gave him a brand new one.
You do have a lot of lids in here,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There are a great number of hats.
I've got 20 or 30 of them here.
And there's another 40 in the house.
Well, yeah, but those are ball caps. I have about 30 dress hats like this.
You've also got a plethora of Super Bowl rings too.
Yeah, but I'm not wearing them tonight. I've got my I've got my Aquarian water bearer ring and my Templar's ring, and that's about all I got tonight.
Wow.
Super chat from Vince Smith.
Vince Smith.
Vince Smith.
Yeah, he's not new.
Don't pretend it's new.
Okay.
Don't pretend Vince is new. Hi, Vince.
Time I had some scotch, I guess.
Good to see you on a Wednesday
never
night.
helps.
Wonder what Vince is drinking tonight.
Not that. Macallan 12. Nobody's drinking that. Well, probably there is, actually. What does he get?
JP, are you a fan of Stan Rogers? Your songs like Molly May
Who?
kind of remind me of Stan Rogers.
Oh, Stan Rogers.
A big difference with your songs, they're accompanied by an amazing guitar player.
Oh. That's a compliment, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, you should learn
Next.
those.
I know you have thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Stan Rogers. Sorry.
Personally or musically?
Musically, because personally.
Tell us what you really feel, though.
I can't help it.
I mean, you still appreciate his music, do you not?
I think Stan Rogers is overrated. Who should have lived longer, and he would have actually written songs that he would have actually. I don't think he did his best work
yet.
He died too soon. He's only 33 years old. He could have been prolific, but he wasn't. I don't think he's near as prolific as people give him credit for. If you look at his body of work, he had a half a dozen great songs, and the other were good. But there was not, I mean, it's just not at the level of Lightfoot or Ian Tyson or Leonard Cohen or any of these other, Murray McLaughlin, any of these all these great writers that are still living, that live 40, been writing and doing it for 40 or 50
that's
years.
That's saying something. He would have been
He would have been if somebody didn't kill him.
Well,
because he was not a very nice guy. And I mean, Garnett wrote all about that in his book, and I know his family well, and they've all told me the stories. And he just wasn't a very nice man, and that bothers me. It's always bothered me that he was very unpleasant, apparently. So I just
there was a penchant for some shenanigans on the road.
He was just not a very nice guy. He was a violent, angry man, and I just, it bothers me, and so I can't get behind it. I just can't. I would have preferred him to be anything else, a drug addict, an alcoholic, anything, but not somebody who was just you were afraid of, right? Like he put that vibe out all the time, and it was not a good. I mean, even Garnett. I remember hearing Garnett say one time in a documentary that if he hadn't died in that plane fire, he would have died at any rate in the next couple of years from either a heart attack or a stroke, or just from his. And you could see it in him. How angry he was, and he was pissed off for the wrong reasons.
Garnett's book is very revealing in that.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Yeah.
It's just like he was pissed off for the wrong reasons. He was pissed off at the world because he couldn't get famous because disco. Yeah. That's no fucking reason to be pissed off, right? I've never been famous. Gunny will never be famous. None of us will ever be famous because we don't fit in the commercial realm.
Right.
That's not the commercial realm's fault or the audience's fault. You know what I mean? And Stan took it out on people, and I can't get behind that. So while there's some songs of his that I really admire, and it's ones that you'd never think of. They're not the popular ones. I think that Lies is one of the best songs ever written.
Yeah.
And The Idiot is another one. Like he wrote some brilliant songs, but I think the ones that we associate with him are overplayed and they're overexposed, and they also don't really paint a great picture of him as a writer. He was better than that. He was better than Northwest Passage, and better than Barrett's Privateers, and better. You know what I mean? He was, but he didn't get to show that because he died too young.
And
right?
And those songs that were popularized by the masses are not the best examples of the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and it's sad because he never matured. And the other thing about Stan that people don't know and don't realize, that his family told me, that blew me away, was that he was 33 years old when he died, right? But he wrote the bulk of all those great songs before he was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Before he was 20, he wrote the Genie Sea and like songs like that when he was 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
right? They took it out on the road for 10 years after he that body of work was way early, and then there was this period he went through trying to break into the market, trying to be famous, trying to get recognition for what he could do, right? And people don't realize that either. He was not writing those songs at the end of his life. He was just, if he could have lived another 10 years, he would have really done something. I think he would have gone through a renaissance of his own writing.
Yeah.
He would have gone through a period where he could write that brilliant again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the great writers in the world, like Lightfoot and Dylan and Christopherson, they all did that. They all, early between the ages of 17 and 25, wrote some of the greatest songs ever written. And then they had this dry spell for 10 years, till they got into their late 30s, early 40s, and they started again. They had a resurgence. Neil Young, same way.
Yeah.
He never got that opportunity, right?
It's a tragic story.
It sucks. It's
And,
horrible
yeah.
how he died.
Ginger and I are connected to it in a way because of the way he died, and we don't need to go into any details of it, but we as pilots, the accident that Stan died in has had implications in our job that continue today.
Yeah.
Which is a good result, if there is any good result out of that. And I think about that pretty often when I hear a Stan song, or I'm flying up over the Sioux or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this man's family is my friends. And his son, Nathan, is one of my best friends. And, of course, you know, Garnet is Garnet, right? And, you know, his widow and his children, other children, like, and we just lost one of them. David just died. Sad of cancer, right? The family's had a lot of tragedy.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, and so I don't anybody take that the wrong way, that I'm not a fan of his. I mean, I recognize what he did, but I think that we're looking at the wrong thing with him.
We're just looking at it through a distorted lens.
We are.
Yeah.
And I just don't take it the wrong way. It's just me being a fussy connoisseur of because of all the other writers that I listen to who have lived long, prosperous lives, you know, and didn't cross any lines with you know, ordinary folk that were just there trying to
bystanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no need to ever do that.
All right. Let's do it.
Next.
Good job.
Sorry. You asked the question, so I had to answer it.
Yeah.
I think I've actually dodged that question about 6 times in the last 2 years, so there's your answer. I'm brave now. What the hell? I can't lie to you. That's why we're on here, because I don't lie to you. Next.
Super chat from Caden Mattinson.
Caden Mattinson.
That's not new.
No, he's
he
not.
was in the building.
He was in the building.
Yeah.
One hell of a musician, Caden Mattinson.
Can you review a Gretsch White Falcon sometime?
If I could get one, Jesus Christ, they cost about $8 bazillion. I'd love to have one.
$8 quintillion.
They cost about $3,000. They're not cheap.
So around $6,000.
You'll own one?
No, Canadian.
20.
No, sorry, you're right. They're actually closer to 3,500 Canadian.
So about $7,000
for a real 8 gazillion.
Yeah,
8 gazillion.
So like 4,500, give or take.
Yeah, 35,000.
17?
Yeah.
Yes, 35,922.
Glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, so about 45 minutes.
Yes, and next Tuesday.
17 kilometers?
I'm a big Gretsch guy. I love Gretsch.
Gretches.
I love Gretches.
With a Bigsby on it.
And I don't have one right now.
And all
I'm
the
depressed
glimmer.
about it.
Yeah.
I'll have another one someday.
You'll have another one sooner rather than later.
Right now, my main electric is a Yamaha that I very much love. And very
delicious.
It too doesn't have a Bigsby, but someday we'll have a Bigsby again.
Maybe you'll have a little Bigsby in your pants sometime.
Yes, I will have a Bigsby, an excited Bigsby.
A little Bigsby.
Next.
Twisted.
Thank you.
Super chat from Jamie Reed.
Jamie Reed.
Happy Wednesday, Jamie.
Hi guys, question for you both. Who's your favorite music artist of all time and why? I'm a big Richie Sambora fan. He's the reason I play and write.
Richie Sambora?
Richie Sambora is awesome.
He is. He can sing like a squirrel.
My favorite artist of all time. Holy shit. I don't even know if I can do that because I live in too many worlds. I can't do it because I don't live in one world. I'm a fiddler. I'm a songwriter. I'm a guitar instrumentalist. I'm a, you know what I mean? I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because there isn't one guy that encapsulates all those things. What's your deal? Is there anybody you could? I mean, that's impossible to answer. I think.
Do you know what my favorite music is? Folk music.
Well, yeah.
Like our winner last week.
Right.
He's a new folk musician that we discovered.
Yeah. And he'll probably spend the rest of his life honing his craft, right?
I like his music every bit as much as I like yours or anybody I've ever worked with on the East Coast or anybody. It's about, yeah, I'll listen to Richie Sambora and then I'll turn around and listen to something completely classical, and then I'll turn. When you're in it, there's too much to say is your favorite.
Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to run you down my list, which I'm going to make on the fly.
Of close favorites?
On the fly. Fingerstyle guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar. Okay, here's the categories. Fingerstyle guitar and guitar knowledge. Chet Atkins. Fingerstyle guitar innovation. Jerry Reed. Rock guitarist is a tie between Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Randy
Rhoads. That many people in a tie.
Yeah, it is, because they're all there. Because I don't live in that world, so those guitar players, right? So what did I say?
That was rock guitar.
Yngwie Malmsteen, Joe Satriani, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai. So those four, and then fiddlers, Cape Breton, Winston Fitzgerald, old time Graham Townsend, bluegrass, Kenny Baker, Mark O'Connor, banjo players Earl Scruggs, bluegrass guitarist Tony Rice, Jake Workman, and folk overall guitar god Doc Watson. Yeah. And bass player John Stockfish, Geddy Lee. Yeah. Strangely enough, Gene Simmons. I loved his bass playing in Kiss. He was a brilliant bass player. He was tough and smart, right? And jazz, Django Reinhardt for guitar. Yeah. Jaco Pastorius for bass. Yeah. Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa for drums. Oscar Peterson for piano. Stefan Grappelli for fiddle. And wind instruments, I couldn't tell you. I have a bunch of favorites, but they're probably not really.
Okay.
Hit. Piano, Dave Brubeck.
You need a quick hit of Happy. What band are you going to put on?
Oh,
quick hit of Happy that you want.
La Boutine Souriante.
Okay.
That's the band that makes my feet go and make my brain tingle because they're so friggin'
you need
incredible.
For pick me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if it ain't that, it's Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys.
Sometimes I just need a little Alison Krauss and Union Station.
They're not a pick-me-up for me. They're more of a study in perfection.
But so it's hard. That's a pick-me-up to me.
But it's a depressant.
It's candy.
It's a depressant to me because
she's like baby powder.
Because I'm a musician.
She's as smooth.
And
as
I listen
baby
to what they do and just go, fuck.
I know, right?
And I want to jump off the balcony.
Yeah. Right? I smell Johnson's baby powder when I listen to Alison Krauss sing.
Very loud.
You enjoyed all of that.
I enjoyed all of that right now.
I'm enjoying a Guinness.
Okay, now I'm going to have another
Creemore
premium lager.
Next.
Super chat from Sonia H.
Sonia H, back again.
Is a torrefied soundboard more sensitive to humidity because it's already been dried out?
No, it's the opposite. Torrefaction, like I said earlier, removes lignin from the fibers of the wood, which is the cell that allows water in and out of wood. So if you remove lignin, water can't get in and out of the wood.
So it's reached a stable point.
It's reached a stable point. So
it's going to be less affected spring to fall.
That's right.
To winter than an untorrefied top.
A bulk of my guitars, a large bulk actually. I even have one sitting, a Boucher sitting over there. That's probably 3 or 4 years old. 3 years, 4 years. It's stable. Although it's dry, it's stable.
Because it's a torrefied top.
Yeah, because the action has never moved. Nothing's moved, but you can tell the grain of the wood is dry. The surface is dry.
Yeah.
But the guitar is completely sound. It's just it's such great shape. It just never moves. Yeah. So torrefaction is always a wise choice, especially if you get the right person torrefying it. Like Robin's technique for torrefaction is cutting edge, and also his torrefaction of Adirondack spruce was the first of its kind. And Yamaha, strangely enough too, was one of the first companies to ever torrefy tops. Right? Their process is different than any other company, and so is Robin's, and so is Martin, and so everybody does it a different way.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure the company that you're dealing with, that you're getting torrefaction from, actually knows what they're doing. And also that they're not just putting a toner, which can kill the lignin on the surface of the top.
But it's still active inside.
It's still active deep inside the top. And the toner is actually a coloring agent, which is it's fake. So you got to be careful about that. Tone tops are good, but they're not as good as true torrefaction. Next.
Oh dear. Super chat from Blair Sveinson.
Oh, there's our winner. How you doing, buddy?
So, man.
He wants to know if you're booked into any Western Canadian folk festivals yet.
No, we're not, but it could happen. So, hopefully, we'll see you out there, buddy.
Yeah.
Good next.
Fingers crossed. Super chat from Cam.
Clam disaster.
Clam disaster. He's calling in tonight. Clam disaster.
He's in his shop and feeling right.
Clam disaster. He's pulling that blue flame. Clam disaster. Everybody
knows his name.
Damn.
Clammers.
Yamaha.
What's happening, Clam?
He says, "G'day all. What part of playing the guitar or any instrument gives you the most pleasure personally?"
What? Who does the who? What? Who? Now?
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
Goat? What?
What part of playing the guitar or any instrument gives you the most pleasure personally?
What part of it?
What part of playing an instrument?
The reaction from people hearing it. That's the only payoff. There's no payoff otherwise.
The happy faces in the audience when
That's
you
it.
stop.
Yes.
Happy faces when you stop.
And also, I also particularly love the look on other musicians' faces when you pull something off that's difficult.
Yeah.
That's the payoff. And thirdly, and these things are all interchangeable. There's not a 1, 2, 3 in this. The look in someone's eye when they want to play and they hear you play and you can see the fire
wheels turning,
and the wheels turning, and that look is like, and I've seen it on accomplished musicians who are like trying to get to the next level in their own life of music. And you play with them, and they're good, and you can play with them, but you can see in their eyes that you're igniting something, right? That's the big payoff. There's no to a lesser extent, the physicality of playing for me is zen. Like the feel of a guitar, like after playing for 50 years, almost 50 years, right? You'd think I could never even feel the strings or feel my fingers are just so calloused and everything is so automatic, right? But I do. I feel every single vibration. I can feel this guitar.
Is it a stress relief?
Yes. Oh man, yeah.
Because I notice you're nicer when you come off stage than when you went on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Great question, Cam. Work a little harder next time, would you?
Yeah, way to just make me look like an arsehole in front of everybody.
What a wiener question.
Fucking wiener.
Weenie welder.
Cam at Masters just take a long suck of mine. Never mind. Next.
Tig stick.
Tigs. Next tick.
A super chat from Stephen Baker.
Sudsy. Mm-hmm. Sudsy rears his swollen head.
You have to talk about your shirt sometime.
In Sweden.
Hunker down in the tub.
We're out here in Snowland.
Giving it a rub.
Yeah, Stevie's in Sweden. He ain't drinking here with us. Stevie's in Sweden.
Popping that zit. Squeezing out the pus. Sorry, Ginger. Little Epsom salts there, buddy. It'll all be fine in a week or so.
The top of this guitar hasn't fallen a millimeter in 44 years. Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Son of a beanbag.
Yeah. I apologize to Yamaha. They're a very family-oriented company.
Oh yeah.
And they actually had me change a review because I wore a shirt with a slightly off-color word on it. Yeah. So sorry, Yamaha, but damn.
D-A-N-G apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who the hell was that? Oh yeah, Steve.
Sudsy.
Right? Yeah, Sudsy Baker. Yeah.
He has a comment about Chris's shirt.
More Epsom salts there, buddy.
I like the scarf. The scarf has a thing.
The scarf has its own following.
You kind of get that Godfather thing going on.
You know what, Ginger? I found this scarf in one of the airplanes.
That looks like an Air Force scarf.
No, it's our work scarf, but it's very snuggly.
Nobody ever even noticed. They did. But
it's very snuggly.
The whole rabbit burp thing just now.
That one?
Yeah,
we were just trying to
just trying to
breeze over that one.
Yeah, it was only 2 syllables.
That's true.
It wasn't your normal 4-syllable
intercontinental
burp.
ballistic missile.
No, it wasn't your rack and pinion burp.
Rack and pinion steering. Yeah.
Right.
What was the question?
Oh.
So he says, genuinely love Chris's shirt and scarf this evening.
Yeah.
Really can't think of a bad joke to make. If Chris was a Canadian soft drink, he'd be Man Crush.
Man Crush. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my Lord.
Is Patrick Lundgren on there tonight?
I haven't seen him yet.
Well, I love you, Patrick. I watched you last night. Go make sure you go and see my buddy, Flat Pick Nation. He's in Sweden. Patrick Lundgren, great guitar player. He's a hell of a guy. He's learning the ropes. He's getting did his second weekly live broadcast last night.
Yeah.
He does it at about 5:00 our time. I think
Tuesday nights.
And Tuesday nights, the night before us, and he did it on purpose so that he could, because we're all together.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that come on here, they're with him. It's just great.
He's going to have us getting drunk on a Tuesday night.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be drunk 2 nights a week now. It's going to be bad.
I think Jack has passed.
Jack's out.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's gone.
I think Bonnie's asleep
He's
over
puddling.
there, too.
There's sleeping dogs everywhere. But you know what they say, leave them lie.
Sleeping dogs lying everywhere.
Yeah, leave them lie.
Good. Next.
Oh, dear.
Do it, Ginger. Do
we
it.
have a super chat from Alan Fry.
Alan Fry.
That's new.
No, he's not new.
What?
Yeah, Alan Fry. He's been here before. Happy Wednesday, Alan.
Damn. Okay.
Hey, JP, can you talk about your thumb pick preferences? How it affects tone? How you get them to fit properly? Have you tried the Black Mountain pick?
Okay, so initially, when I first started playing fingerstyle, I used picks like this. This is a Golden Gate, which is the same thing as a National. just a big, heavy plastic pick. That's what I always used was Nationals or Dunlops that were big, rigid picks like this, right? But Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed both use picks like this, which are these Fred Kelly nylon slick picks, right? And I started using these, and I can't stop.
The profile's different on the end of it.
Yeah,
right?
it's round,
it's much more
and
round.
it's really flexible, and the tone is better, and fitting is what it is. It either fitting a thumb pick it doesn't require fitting. You put it on, and you make sure you're not pushing it past the cuticle at the bottom of your thumb. Like some people wear their thumb picks way too high. They should be down at the end of your thumb, right there,
on
right?
your nail.
On the nail, just at the base of the thumbnail, right? That's where they really live, is on the nail. Because you don't want them way up here on your knuckle. That's not, because you need to be able to do that.
You're losing
pick,
that flexibility, eh?
Yeah, so
the higher up it is.
The Black Mountain picks I can't use because I can finger pick with them, but when I go to grip them and use them as a flat pick, I can't. I miss all of my upstrokes in rhythm. I don't know why that is. It's the way that I turn a pick when I'm playing rhythm with a flat pick. So I can't use the Black Mountain picks or any kind of thumb pick that's designed to be a strumming pick afterwards, after the fact. I can't do it. I can't play. I miss the strings. I don't know what it is that's different, that I hold a flat pick differently or turn it over or move it somehow on my thumb profile, that I can't move it when it's attached to my finger. So if I have a Black Mountain pick on, I can finger pick all day, but if I try to go like that, I miss every string. And I don't know why that is. It's an anomaly. It's
an operator error
in my right hand technique.
Yeah.
So
it's a personal problem.
But Black Mountain makes a great one. There's one called a Bumblebee, which is a really heavy kind of a Dunlop style triangle pick, small. And then Bill Elliott uses Herco, heavy. And that thing, that's the closest one I've ever been able to play with because it's lighter, but your tone sucks because it's so light.
What's it made of?
Nylon,
yeah.
But really thin, like a Jim Dunlop like less a 76 mil gray Jim, that kind of light.
Yeah,
and that's their heavy.
Better for electric guitar.
Yeah, it's definitely something you would use with an electric.
Yeah,
absolutely. So there's my thumb pick diatribe.
Next.
Yikes. Super chat from Nigel Gotro.
Hey.
Nitro Gotro.
Nitro.
That a boy, Nitro.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Hey, folks. JP, do you have any guitars with Waverly tuners? Any preference on tuners in general?
I have all kinds of Waverleys, and I like any tuner that works.
Yeah.
That's all I care. I don't give a shit about any of that. Like this, tuners are all the same. They're either closed or they're open, and that's it.
They're very much overlooked as part of the system, and they cause problems more often
if
than people
they're
think.
bad.
Yeah,
if they're bad.
Yeah.
But to get a bad set is really rare.
They do wear out though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
these are
people,
worn out.
Yeah,
right?
people don't think about wearing out machine heads.
No.
Wearing out tuners, but it happens.
And if you have a guitar that you can't keep in tune,
it could be the tuners.
It's probably a tuner, right? Yeah. So it's always good to put a nice set of Waverly, Grover, Goto. What's the other one? Schaller. Shatton makes a locking tuner now. They're love. They always did. And there's so many.
Yeah,
there's so many. But I've yet to see a guitar really in the past ever 25 or 30 years where the machine heads were bad.
Yeah,
they all work, right? And if they're bad, this one, because of never being used, the screw that holds this Yamaha, this is a proprietary Japan Japan machine head. So the screw has corroded and broken off. So this whole machine head moves.
It's moving, yeah.
Right? But that's 44 years old. They're still working, and they're still holding a tune. I tuned this guitar an hour ago. It's still in perfect tune.
They're all still brand new.
Never been used.
But the hardware
But some of them are looser than others and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to make sure, like today's technology, what's going into these companies' technology is humongous. Like they're not fooling around. They know what they're doing. So it doesn't matter what company you use. It may come down to just weight, ratios, how you want it ratioed, how it looks, whether you want nickel, gold, brass, all these things. Yeah. Those become the pertinent issues when choosing a replacement set of machine heads or deciding whether guitar, like if you see a bunch of Martins, which one is using Waverleys, which one is using Butterbean, open back, closed back, how are they lubricated, blah, blah,
They're
blah,
often
blah,
overlooked,
right?
too. I see plenty of guitars where it's not just the screws in the back, the nut on the top
Gets loose. And the hole gets
wallowed out.
Wallowed out.
Yeah. And then the tuner starts moving around,
and the spindle starts to get loose and wiggly. You need to fix that if it's happening, right?
So they're oft overlooked. Good question.
Yeah. So just keep an eye on them, and they should never be loose. And no part of a machine head should ever be loose.
The nice thing about them is they're not expensive to change.
No,
and you can
they're
get a nice,
easy to change.
Yeah, you can get a great set of Grovers for.
Yep, Grover. That was the other one.
You can get a great set of Grovers for what, $60,
$70? $70. Yeah. It's just like, it's almost like talking about tires on your car.
Yeah.
The rubber on the road's what's keeping you on the road.
Yeah.
That's what's keeping the strings on your guitar.
Yeah.
And your tuning and your intonation and all those things. That's what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So, good. Next.
Super chat from Michael Easter.
Hey, Michael.
Did Padre Chris bless Ginger's barn before the show?
Yes.
Bless you, my son. I'll be over later.
Both farted a little, I think. That's about as much as...
So let's get a roll on through what's left for Super Chat.
Roll it, Ginger.
Some. So we have a Super Chat
Speed answer.
Super Chat from Cam.
Who?
Cam.
Clam.
Chris referred to JP's Super Bowl rings, but in fact they're actually finger weights to keep the fretboard from catching on fire.
Good observation. Next. Next.
Super Chat from Trevor Tackett.
Now that's new.
No, he's not new.
I don't know.
Trevor Tackett?
Yeah, he's been here before.
I couldn't say for sure.
Yeah, he's been here before.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Trevor
Settle your Tackett down there.
You just take a long kiss on my... Travis, what do you got there, buddy?
Trevor.
Do you ever meet Larry Sparks?
Yes, I did.
Did you meet Larry Sparks?
You're goddamn right I met Larry Sparks.
Oh, look at you go.
I did a week's tour with that guy.
Look at you run.
And I'll tell you about something about Larry Sparks.
You tell me one thing and it's not the other.
Larry Sparks is one of the most consummate performers. But just classic cheap-ass bluegrass band leader.
Cheap-ass bluegrass.
I'll tell you how I met, and I love him. Don't take any of this the wrong way. Love Larry Sparks, but when I met this guy, he had sold his bus and bought a stretch limousine because he couldn't afford to run the bus anymore.
That's not fair.
And he showed up at the gig in this stretch limousine with a 5-piece band all in the back and him and all the instruments, and they all stunk because he couldn't spring for a hotel room, and they're changing in the back of this fucking limousine. And I was talking to all the band guys. They're all young kids. They all wanted to work with Larry Sparks, right? And they were just looking at me going, holy Jesus, we're going to die.
If you ask most people, what's worse than touring in a panel van?
A limo.
A limo.
An old,
not an
shitty
answer.
stretch limo, right? And there's 5-piece band in the back of this fucking limousine, and they got nowheres to eat, nowheres to change, nowheres to bathe.
And limos are the most uncomfortable ride
of
anything anywhere.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you what. Those guys got out of the back of that shit Ford Lincoln limousine, and they walked on stage, and they put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. Ever saw. They looked Now, you couldn't get within 10 feet of them.
Yeah.
Because they stunk so bad. Just B.O. horrible. Like their clothing would stand up rigid in the corner, right? They took them off. And it's fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy, like Nashville,
Yeah.
all full tilt, embroidered
But
roses.
they were so glad to be out of that limo.
Oh, man. And they get up on stage and they kicked ass.
Yeah.
And we had to follow them. And we did a few dates with them where we switched out who was going first,
Yeah.
right? And holy shit. And Larry Sparks, man, that son of a bitch, he knows he can put some music down.
That's a great story.
He knows he can play some
Limo
music.
Larry.
Limo Larry. Limo Larry Sparks.
Good.
Love you, Larry. Next.
Super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Baker.
Says,
Is it
I
getting
also
cold
like
in
the
there?
scarf.
Do you
He's
need
not-
to
he's not
add a
in the-
kettle of hot in there?
He's
or-
not in the tub. He said he's not in the tub.
Oh.
Okay.
done.
I also like the scarf, but others don't. But I know it's necessary to cover up certain bits because Chris is thinking about me in the tub, but I'm not.
And you read it.
Okay, next.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh,
You can always
sudsy.
pre-read these things.
Oh, sudsy.
Oh, dear.
What are we to do with you?
We got a highlighted chat from Jim Waller.
Jim
He's been
Waller.
a master
Jim.
guitar head for 8 months.
Hey.
Love you, Jimmy.
He says, wow, 8 months. I feel like I've known some of you all for years. Just shows the true power of the love of music and guitars. Thanks, JP and crew.
Just wait
Love
for
you, buddy.
Just wait for your convocation night when you get to walk across the stage and get your diploma.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your string theory
Diploma.
plaque.
Plaque.
Yeah.
It
Custom,
could be
custom laminated
it could,
plaque.
It could be in your aorta,
Yeah. Custom laminated.
but you'll get the plaque.
Yeah, violent for no
Next.
reason. Super chat from Neil Hudson, but I don't see a question.
Love you, Neil.
Cheers, buddy.
Ooh, I'll keep looking. Super chat from Larry Reinders.
Larry
Larry.
Reinders. Larry Reinders.
Is there any chance that there will be a music night sometime for the String Theory family to attend? We all need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were going to do a live string theory night with an audience somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's going to be at Fantasy Music because
Oh,
he
that'd be
has
good.
enough space for it.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll rent a damn hall out here in Dutch Settlement and do it. That school hall, we can do it there. We'll do it somewhere. We've got to have a live string theory night with an audience that'll just be killer.
Just suck the last little bit of energy right out of it.
Yeah, it'll be I'll perform, and then we'll do questions, and I'll perform, and we'll do questions, and
it'll just slide silently under the waves like the Titanic.
Yeah, it'll just raise your gorge enough to you almost throw up, but not quite.
Right, and then you can go home afterwards happy in the knowledge
beat
that you're
your
going to have
dog.
heartburn all night long. Beat your dog.
Kick your cat.
Is that what the kids are calling it today? I gotta
Yeah,
go home and
yeah,
beat
that's
the
what
dog.
yeah, I gotta go home and beat the dog.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay,
Ken X.
Mom's moving us on.
Move us away there.
We have a super chat from Peggy Ann Endon.
Peggy Ann Endon.
Peggy Ann Tendon.
Let's see. Oh dear.
I think she's tuned to the wrong channel. She needs a doctor.
She needs a chiropractic
She needs
channel.
a chiropractor. Go ahead,
The
Ginger.
question isn't attached to the super chat header, so I don't see
Of course
the
it's not.
question.
No.
But I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Super chat from Joe McGraw.
Joe McGraw. Good to
Joe.
see you again, buddy.
Chris, my granny called and she wants her scarf back. Sorry, Peanut.
Oh, wow. I
Peanut
never saw
colored.
that coming, Joe.
No,
Good
never.
one.
No,
Good
no.
one, buddy. Yep.
Next.
There's so many that weren't super chats. He had to like put one forward.
Aye.
It's cold here. It's cold. There's no heat in this
Freezing
damn
cold.
place.
It looks good with the shirt. I like it.
I love this look. Looks very Godfather.
I didn't iron the shirt. I didn't have time.
Yeah, but you
So
wouldn't-
I just threw
it
the
doesn't
scarf
matter,
over it to stay warm.
Even if you did iron it, you'd still see all the wrinkles on your skin right through the shirt. it would look fucking worse if you ironed it at this point.
Listen there, Shartsy the clown. Settle the frig down,
Yeah.
would you, Shartsy?
You see your inferior vena cava pulsing through your chest bone there. Your blood pressure spiking every time
Are
I
you
make.
saying these jeans make my arse look big?
No, they make your whole. Yeah. Go ahead.
Next.
Get next.
Moving on. A super chat from Nick Ivory.
Nick. Now that's new. Nick Ivory. That's got to be new. I don't know that name.
Can you import him into Canada?
Probably.
Hey JP, it's my birthday today. Love the show. What type of strings should I put on my 14-fret Simon & Patrick parlor guitar?
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. Anything by... so the parlor guitar... Okay. So you either want to use Elixir, Phosphor Bronze, Light Gauge, 1253, which will be a bit softer, or you can go with D'Addario's new XS, which I think will last you longer and sound better and play a bit harder. They don't put any more tension on the neck, but they feel a little more meaty. So it's up to you how you want the guitar to feel. That's what I would do. But light gauge, and a parlor guitar can take 12 to 53s really easily without having any problems. And if there is a little bit of a problem, you just get on the truss rod and just tighten the neck back a bit to where you want the action. They're actually very forgiving, small body guitars.
The D'Addarios will play heavier initially, but then they'll relax.
And I think they'll actually
better
sound better.
Yeah, better longevity, and they'll sound a little softer.
They'll sound better. They'll pull more out of the guitar than the Elixirs will. But some people like the feel of the Elixirs. I still do. I still like Elixirs, but if I'm playing on stage live, I prefer the XS because they get so much meat. Like they get meat on them.
They're better.
You hit them, and they don't shy away. Like Elixir, you can,
like you say,
scare them a little.
They'll draw more tonally out of the instrument.
Yeah, I believe.
And
so.
Which is it can be really important on a parlor guitar because you don't have the resonance.
Yeah.
That you do with a bigger body style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Next.
I found Neil Hudson's question.
Okay.
All right.
Take us through how you prepare for a solo concert, song selection, equipment, etc.
Okay, so I sit in my car and drink 8 to 10 beers.
Smoke 3.5 packs of cigarettes.
And smoke 3.5 packs of cigarettes, and then I go on stage.
Yeah. And whatever people yell at you, you try and muddle through.
That's right.
Yeah.
Next.
Whatever songs you can remember in the same equipment as always.
Yeah, same equipment as always.
He thinks I'm kidding.
No, I know. He needs to...
I wish I was kidding. I'm not kidding.
Sometimes you sit up here and actually print out lyrics.
Yeah.
And make a set list.
Yeah, for shows I don't know.
Yeah.
And if
my own show by myself, that's it.
And if I'm at the gig and ask you to do favorite song,
I do a 5-minute sound check. And I go and sit in my car for 2 hours and drink beer and smoke cigarettes until I have to go on.
And when I ask you to do a song, you go, no.
I don't know that one.
Except Jimmy Brown.
Always
do
Jimmy Brown for me, and I appreciate it.
I always do Jimmy Brown.
I can remember a lot of the Jimmy Browns.
Where's all those capos?
They're right here.
Give me the squeezy one.
There's the Kaiser right there.
Anybody else confused?
So if we're gonna get all
weepy.
On the new Yamaha. This guitar has never had a capo on it.
Yeah. Changes, doesn't it?
Brand new strings.
Yeah. Little stretchy.
Sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. Most everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of the town. You can hear me yelling Morning Star running along the street. Ain't got a hat no on my head, no shoes upon my feet. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. awesome. Never mind, sir, how I look, don't look at me and frown. I sell the morning paper, sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. I'm awful cold and hungry, sir, my clothes are mighty thin. I travel about from place to place, my daily bread to win. Yeah. I sell the morning paper, sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. My father died a drunkard, sir, I've heard my mother say. I'm helping mother, sir, as I journey on my way. My mama always tells me, sir, I've nothing in the world to lose. I'll get a place in heaven, sir, to sell the gospel news. I sell the morning paper, sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. Oh, well, just
listen to that.
Just get out of town.
Yeah.
Mr. 44-year-old never owned Yamaha. Damn.
The perfect guitar for that song.
It's so
too.
good. It's so good. I love it. It don't have the bottom end yet and all that stuff because it ain't opened up, but holy crap.
Yeah.
That
is a winner chicken dinner.
That is a winner chicken dinner. I just love that thing. I can't believe I own that guitar.
That's crazy.
That's like the most rare thing you can find.
That's crazy.
That factory production Yamaha that's never been owned. Get out of town. 44 years old.
I predict that is going to be a monster on stage.
It is. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Anyhow, love you.
Love you too, brother.
Love you. Next.
Super chat from Jim Waller.
Mm-hmm. Jim?
As a solo performer who has mostly strummed and sang the last 30 years, what do you think of the use of loop pedals for adding color to songs? I'm working on my lead skills for melodies. Thoughts?
I love loop pedals. I love guys who can use them well.
Yeah.
I want one, and the only reason I haven't gotten one is I know if I go down that rabbit hole that I will never, ever come out of it.
Yeah.
So, yes, go looper all the way. I am resisting.
You're kind of an all or nothing.
One
kind
day
of guy.
I'm going to do it.
You will
buy
freak
a
out.
looper, and then it's going to be all over.
So I got to shamelessly plug.
It will change my whole live show.
Oh, you'll be messed up for years.
Yeah, people will be like...
It'll be dangerous.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I got to plug our own Nova Scotian Ian Sherwood.
Yeah, he's a master of the looper.
Like...
He's Loop God.
Loop God, blow your head off.
Yeah.
He's like a symphony.
Your face.
Melt your face off. Yeah.
And then pull the skin out of the skull out of your head skin.
If his intelligent, quirky songwriting isn't enough for you, when he gets the looper going and puts sax and guitar,
Ian Sherwood,
he's crazy.
Should be outlawed.
Yeah,
against everything.
Yeah,
warning
makes people's heads explode in concert.
Warning. Yeah, ready to scrape the brain matter off the ceiling.
Yeah.
If everyone's mind's going to be right out the top of their heads.
If you haven't heard Ian Sherwood,
Google
him on YouTube and watch some Ian Sherwood.
But I wholeheartedly endorse the use of loopers.
Yeah.
And I've seen the Tim Eady is another guy that does it. Our beautiful Oliver Schroer, who we lost, was an incredible looper guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some guys that can just Beppe Gambetta. Beppe's a great looper guy. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna do it. I swear to Christ, I'm doing it. Every time I go in the store, I look at it. There's 2 or 3 different Boss ones.
You would be so dangerous with that.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
You would be like a fart in a mitten with a looper.
Yeah, I'll just be up here in the studio. Ginger will just be like, where did JP go?
Yeah. You try to answer any question verbally with a looper?
Yes, right.
Looper.
Ginger. Next.
Oh dear. Super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
Suggestion for another JP and Chris tech show when they fix the machine heads on that new old Yamaha.
Yeah, we probably will do that ourselves. We would usually take it to Doug.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to
Doug
order...
Sampson. Why would you take it to him?
Goddamn
that
Doug
guy's
Sampson.
a freak show.
No, but I think
wheel.
you and I are going to go online and figure out some stuff from maybe StuMac or
Doug
whatever.
Sampson.
Yeah.
Doug's...
We're going to figure something else out and put it on.
Yeah,
Next.
Freaking Sampson.
We're 15 minutes over. Let's get her going here, boys. We got to get this out of here.
Why, you get somewhere to be?
Yes.
Where?
In the
right here.
Detox.
Right here.
Let's go.
Good.
Super chat from Jim Hanlon.
Jimmy Hanlon, Triple J.
He's new,
Hanlon.
right? Is that new?
Yeah, right. He's new, all right. He's new, like my arse.
Well, good evening, Jimmy Arse.
He says, hey JP, we picked you up in Bahrain in a stretch limo full of cold beer. I think you loved it.
Yeah.
That's a different limo.
That's a different limo, buddy.
That's an entirely different
there wasn't 5 stinking 19-year-olds who had been in there for 4 months on tour.
Just Jim would be living there for 2 years.
Yeah. If you and Chris had actually been living in the limo for about 4 weeks when you picked me up, I don't think I would have wanted to be in there.
How's that new Yamaha, Jim?
Yeah. How's that L56 doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Next.
Another super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
Monsieur Sweden.
He says, just dragging out the show an extra 3 minutes, and this is red, so you won't ignore it.
Next.
Super chat from Aaron Woods.
Aaron Woods, yes.
I don't see a question, but thank you for the super chat.
Love you. Thank you.
Oh, and here's Jeff Gallant.
Jeff Gallon.
Oh, Monsieur Gallant from PE1.
Jeff Gallon.
How's things on the island, buddy?
Attaboy, buddy.
I'm going to say this word wrong. I know it.
Okay.
Chris, I love the polygamy.
Polygamy.
Polygamy?
Oh, really? Okay. Polygamy shirt and scarf? I don't know why.
Polygamy shirt and scarf.
What does that even mean?
Mennonite.
Wow.
Friggin',
wow.
What do they call it? Not Mennonites. Sorry. It wasn't Mennonites. The Mormons.
Yeah.
The polygamy shirt and scarf.
Thanks, Jeff. I hope your island sinks.
The polygamy shirt and scarf.
Nice.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
PEI loves it, he said.
Yeah, we should move. I think Chris should move to Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Whoa. Or BC, isn't it in BC?
Oh, no, they're in Salt Lake City. I was actually in the state of Salt Lake City.
I'll bet you were. Yeah.
It was actually quite weird.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you'd already had signed your membership card.
A lot of strange Mormon people there. All right. But they were nice. They were beautiful people.
Wonderful to hear from you, Jeff.
Yes.
He said, was not done. He says, Big John, love you and Ginger as always. Jesus, I got to get over there to be security for the night. LOL, my pig is pissed at Chris.
Yeah, because I had 3 slices of him on my muffin this morning.
Of his cousin.
Next. Cam McMaster, super chat.
Cam McMaster.
He says, like button and subscribe, everyone.
Thank you, Cam. Love you, buddy.
Have you been liking videos?
Oh, yes.
I have been consciously liking videos lately.
I subscribe to many tech players, music channels, Patrick, all this. I have a list of probably 20 or 30 that I subscribe to. I watch every day.
It makes a huge difference.
I especially love my tech channels. I watch all about, phones and I love tech.
Let's take a minute while everyone watching likes
this channel.
Yeah.
Hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed to this.
Yeah. Even if you don't like his shirt, you can
even
still
if you don't like me, if you hate my guts, hit like. It doesn't do. You have to do nothing else after that.
Just
nothing.
Like the fact that Churchy and Bonnie and the dogs are here with us tonight. It's all good.
You're watching us, and you're like, you know what? Fuck this fat guy, but I like it. And it didn't leave.
Right.
And that's it.
I don't like the cut of his jib, but the sidekick is okay.
Pretend the thumbs up means up your arse.
Yeah.
And screw these guys.
Those guys are morons. Those guys are morons, but Ginger's got a dulcet tone to her voice.
Yes, Ginger's the best thing on the show.
Right.
But,
Right.
Next. We're going to be here all fucking night.
No, we're almost at the end. I found Aaron Woods' question.
All right.
Did you just drop one?
How do you feel about...
An F-bomb?
No.
Do you think?
What?
Next.
Yikes. How do you feel about E-flat Rio played on mandolin? I'm trying, but I just can't get it down.
Good luck and God bless your soul. Find a priest.
Good luck and
because you're going to need one. Next. I wrote that damn tune. I can't even play it myself on a fiddle. Good luck with the other, with the mandolin. Oh, that's really going to work out great. Yeah. Good luck in surgery.
Wear an extra layer of Depends.
Yeah, I'll see you in the... Yeah, good luck in the ER.
The flushable kind.
When you're tearing all the nerves and bones out of your left hand.
Yeah. Take your health card when you go to play it.
Yeah, make sure you get good insurance before you learn that one. Yeah. Next.
That is it for Super Chats.
Wow.
The Kirsten tonight.
What is the Kirsten?
We're getting the first 2 people in the new draw, which will be... Yes, sir.
That's Crazy Town.
New
draw.
Before you do that, can we address the concert for a second?
What is the address?
The concert for the
all of the entrants.
Yeah. We're gonna have a free concert for all the people in the 40 whatever it was 7 people that didn't win the grand prize. Everybody, all 50.
Everybody.
But we are gonna do that. But I have no idea when that's gonna be yet. We'll have to announce that next week. Because I don't know what my own schedule actually is right now. So we'll tell you next Wednesday when that free concert's going to be, and then we'll all be here and we'll rip it up. We may even do it on a Wednesday night.
We can even talk to our people.
That'd be fun.
Maybe like after String Theory.
Yeah.
That
would tease the rest of them.
You know what we could do is do the concert first and then do String Theory.
Oh, that would be a horrible
and answer
tease.
all questions about
about the concert.
But
yeah,
they have
about
to
all
be
the
different
shit, right?
streams because only certain people are invited.
Right.
That's correct.
Yeah, way to go, Ginger.
Logistically
just ruin everything.
Yeah, way to killjoy the whole thing.
Killjoy. Logistics wrench.
Here's the question.
What is it?
What is the model name of this Yamaha guitar that I just got that's 44 years old and has never been touched by human hands virtually? Still has like sawdust and little dust on it and everything. What is the model number of this guitar? And I told you what it was. That's the question.
Steady, Jill.
The first 2 people in the brand new list of 50 draw participants.
First 2.
We're not even sure what the prize will be. You know, however many months it is now, 2 or 3 months it'll take to get this.
Are we going to 50?
50 more people. We are going. I'm not sure how we're going to work it out, but we're trying. We've discovered that we have to be careful about what country you're in if you win this prize.
And what's given, depending on the brand.
And what is given, because guitars are a nightmare to ship out of Canada. So we got lucky this time. Somebody in Calgary won the thing. So that was really lucky.
But that's for later.
That's for way later. But we're going to have we're going to design a prize pack that can go anywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a big deal. Yeah. Another huge prize.
Anybody, Ginger?
Oh, lots. Michael Easter says it's the FU 666.
No, it is not the FU 666. It's not the FU 666.
All right, so
it's the devil's guitar.
The first one was Jim Waller.
Jim Waller.
With FG 375S.
That's the one. Jim Waller. Send us an email, jpcormier38@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. You were the number 1 spot on the list of 50.
I think he was in the last one, too.
He was number 2.
Yeah.
DanTube 1.
Hey,
DanTube 1.
FG 375S.
There you go. You guys, we already have your address, Dan. But send it again, just in case, jpcormier38@gmail.com. And, I don't know.
It's a wrap.
It is a wrap.
It's a warp.
It is a wrap, and...
show keeps getting longer.
It does, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. But you know what? Cape Blommet and Riedel. Like hell damn, yes shit, yeah damn.
Yeah. Good goddamn.
Mac Brogan. One of my heroes when I was a kid from here in the province. One of the best old-time fiddlers ever come out of the East Coast.
Cheers.
Chris Coote, our lovely, lovely Ginger.
JP Cormier.
We love you. The show went 90 minutes, but fuck it.
Yeah. The hell with it.
We love you guys.
Stay safe, everyone.
Come back every Wednesday night. Bring your friends. Mm-hmm. Hit subscribe. Hit like on this channel.
Bring some of our friends.
Yes. Make sure that you are watching everything we're putting up here. We have guitar stuff with John. We have tech talk with Chris and JP. We have live performances, everything under the sun. Keep it up. Keep it up. Stay with us. Let's grow this. We just went way over 20,000. Let's go to 50,000. Let's turn this channel into a world
world beater.
A world beater.
Let's turn it into a world beater, eh?
A world eater.
Yeah. Wicked.
Love you. Love you. Bye.